Um, Here's the last topic of the night. This happened like weeks ago, or I guess you can say like this is a very old story, but I'm sure covering it won't be such a big deal for you guys. My God, she's scary fucking looking. Um, I don't know if you guys heard this name, if you guys are on TikTok, you definitely heard this name before. Casey Anthony, boys and girls, and dude, this face is gonna be in my nightmares for like the rest of my freaking life. So, anyways, there's this, I guess you could say, mom who is Casey Anthony, who was well known as a killer mom. She ended up killing her daughter. From what I know, is that Casey Anthony had a daughter, and I guess she neglected her daughter. She was out partying, doing all that shit, and her daughter went missing, and she didn't bother to report her missing. In fact, her parents or the grandparents of the daughter reported her missing, in which they in which obviously suspect number one would be Casey Anthony, and she would get arrested and shit, and somehow she was found innocent, even though there's clear signs that it was Casey Anthony that killed the freaking daughter. And yeah, she's now on TikTok being a TikToker. Crazy shit. We're allowing a goddamn criminal to be on TikTok. Anyways, thank you guys for 500 subs. I appreciate that a lot. So yeah, we're gonna check Casey Anthony's hidden my Steam. Save. Yeah, so let's check this out.
I don't give a what anybody thinks about me. I don't care about that. I never will.
Casey, why'd you wait so long to report your daughter's disappearance?
I'm okay with
Where's your baby? Isn't she like dead from that point?
myself. I sleep pretty good at night.
She's in an alternate world now.
Hey, gorgeous, how you doing?
I look like hell. I'm not doing well. She said that Kaylee was dead this morning. Surprise, surprise.
You have to show me how to do that.
There's a little hole right in the bottom.
I'm sorry?
Isn't there a little hole right in the bottom?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
I'm sorry.
What?
Just tell me if you know anything about Kaylee. Sweetheart, anything happens with Kaylee, Casey, I'll die. You understand? I'll die. If anything happens to that baby.
Oh my god. Calling you guys? A waste. Huge waste.
Casey Anthony has people furious with her joining TikTok, including myself. I did a video.
I don't know anything about Casey Anthony from this point. All I know is that based on what I gave you, that's all I knew about Casey Anthony before getting into this video, and I already hate her. You know, based on the TikTok videos I've been seeing of this, I already hate Casey Anthony.
Video on it, and I'm doing another one because there has been some old footage that has resurfaced from her trial for the murder of her daughter Kaylee in 2008, and we have to look at some of this footage because it is really upsetting. Okay, and in case some of you haven't seen it, I wanted to play it for you. If you have TikTok, you may have had these things popping up on your feed. But if you don't use TikTok, maybe you haven't seen it, and I am gonna absolutely blow your mind. Before we get into this video, if you guys like to check out my handmade jewelry, I have my earrings that
I don't give a
support me
fuck.
in this content, so don't feel obligated to get any. I would greatly. With the murder of Kaylee, I am one of those people that is convinced wholeheartedly that she murdered her daughter. I think that her boyfriend had something to do with it. This is one of those situations where somebody gets with somebody and wants to get rid of their kids so that they can go on and party, have their boyfriend, have
And start a new life.
fun, and don't have to have responsibilities of their children. People who do this are severely broken in their brains. Their brains are not functioning like a normal person, because I cannot fathom or understand how somebody would do something like this to their child.
Even if you wanted to so badly do this, like, you gotta like come to the realization. You gotta be like, damn, I have kids. I can't do this anymore. I mean, it sucks, but hey, you're the one that decided to get pregnant, so I mean, it's your responsibility now. You got to learn how to be a responsible adult.
Things that blew my mind. Okay, so Nancy Grace, all right, has been reading Casey Anthony to filth since 2008.
Why didn't your client report her missing immediately?
Well, her reasons and her explanations for those are confidential, and it's something I can't reveal at this time.
You know what? That doesn't even make any sense.
Well, you know, I'm sorry it doesn't make any sense to you because you don't know what our defense might be.
Is that our lawyer?
And
your defense to what?
Any charges that may arise where she is prosecuted. I have to protect my client. It's something that I must do, and it's something I've taken an oath to do.
You're hiding
I won't
behind
violate.
the attorney-client privilege.
I'm not hiding behind anything.
Top Mom in court today with a new carefree and casual look. Hey, no need to dress like a librarian now.
You think you went overboard at all in your coverage of the trial?
Overboard? When there is a miscarriage of justice? No, I don't think I went overboard. What is overboard is the jury verdict.
You nicknamed Casey Anthony Tot Mom. What does Tot Mom mean?
In this case, I needed content that would fit at the bottom of the screen so our viewer would know what we were talking about. And Tot Mom.
Nobody hates Casey more than Nancy. Did this Nancy person have like any issues with Casey back in the day? Or something like this? Or is it because of like, you know, it's a murder case of a child and she's passionate for this stuff? Is it one of this?
Fit.
But it did sound like a denigration.
It's nothing personal.
No, but it did sound like a denigration.
Like
I guess this answers me.
Denigration.
No, sure it did.
No, it
Tot
doesn't.
Mom is
well,
like
I don't think it did.
It's like that. Okay.
Would it be better to be cold-blooded killer? Would that be better? Do I feel like I lost? Oh, goodness, no. You know, I feel like who lost is Kelly. Because yesterday when I was watching the defense team about a block from the courthouse having a champagne toast and dancing and one of the defense lawyers shooting a bird at the reporters through the window, all I could think about was Kelly. And that's really all I've thought about ever since I heard the not guilty verdict. I've thought about what she went through at the end of her life. Did she look up at her mother? Was she knocked out with chloroform, I hope, and didn't suffer any fear before she was placed in that car trunk and then thrown out into a swamp to rot? That's what I've thought about. As the defense sits by and has their champagne toast after that not guilty verdict, somewhere out there, the devil is dancing tonight.
Some of Nancy
Devil is working overtime for that.
Grace's coverage of Casey Anthony is my favorite because she's
Girl's on her fucking head. She gave no fucks about what the world thought.
not afraid to say it how it is at the end of the day, whether you like her or don't. She will say it like it is. And she recently did a video talking about Casey Anthony. And in this video, she brought up something that I had completely forgotten about. And that was that where Kaylee's body was found.
In a swamp?
Casey had to drive by that area every single day until the day that she was found.
You know, just saying that, Joe Scott Morgan, and think about it. Every day, Tot Mom, Casey Anthony would pass that spot. As I said, it's about 10 houses down from the Anthony home, and you come out of their cul-de-sac, and if you turn right, well, you have to pass it. Do you know, Joe Scott, I don't think I've ever told you this, I have never been back to where my fiance was murdered. Never.
Yeah.
I don't think I could stand to look at it and know that's where he was murdered. But she passed this every day and never said a word.
We all know in our heart of hearts that she did it. She was acquitted of it. But all the evidence points to she had something to do with this. Knowing that she allegedly, I have to say that to cover my own ass, but we all know how I feel, murdered her daughter, and that she was driving by the place where she was dumped like a bag of trash every single day. On top of the fact that these clips, I have to show them to you if you haven't seen them. These clips of Casey talking to her parents is just absolutely horrific.
Casey? Mom. Hey, sweetie.
This is a jailhouse call?
Oh, I just saw your nice little cameo on TV.
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Which one? I did 4 different ones, and I don't know. I haven't seen them all. I've only seen 1 or 2 so far.
You don't know what my involvement is and stuff?
Casey.
Mom.
What?
No.
I don't know what your involvement is, sweetheart. You're not telling me where she's at.
Because I don't I know where she's at. Are you kidding me?
Casey, don't waste your call.
No.
Scream and holler at me.
Waste my call sitting in the jail?
Whose fault is you're sitting in the jail? Are you blaming me that you're sitting in the jail?
Not
Blame
my
yourself
fault.
for
That's your
telling
fault.
lies. You mean it's not your fault? What do you mean it's not your fault, sweetheart? If you'd have told them the truth and not lied about everything, they wouldn't...
Oh yeah, she was only in jail, or she only got charged for, I guess, lying about the police, or lying to the police about where she was at when her daughter went missing. She didn't even get hit with murder charges or nothing.
Favor, just tell me what Tony's number is. I don't want to talk to you right now.
Doc on the radio. Oh yeah, Doc on the radio did get exposed for doing something with minors.
I don't have his number.
We'll get it from Lee because I know Lee's at the house. Get Tony's number for me.
Hey,
Hey, can you give me Tony's number?
I can do that. I don't know what real good it's going to do at this point.
Well, I'd like to talk to him anyway.
Okay.
Because I called to talk to my mother, and it's f***ing waste. Oh, by the way, I don't want any of you coming up here when I have my first hearing for bond and everything else. Like, don't even waste your time coming up here.
You're making it real tough for anybody to want to try to... I'm not going around and around with you. That's pretty pointless. Christina would love to talk to you because she thinks that you will tell her what's going on. Frankly, we're going to find out. Everything
I have
she's
no
telling them
clue where
is
Kaylee
lie.
is. If I knew where Kaylee was, do you think any of this would be happening? No.
Anyway, you only got a couple minutes for this, so I'm not going to let you completely waste it. Here's Christina. She thinks she can get through.
No, I want Tony's number. I'm not talking to anybody else.
It's like listening to one of the brattiest,
Dude, yeah, she's literally being a bitch to her mom in the call.
spoiled brats that you've ever heard in your entire life. But this isn't just a spoiled brat. This is a mom that is being
A spoiled adult.
accused of the murder of her 3-year-old daughter. And this is what she sounds like in the phone calls with her family. This is what she sounds like.
Do me a favor, get my brother back because I need Tony's number.
Okay, is there anything I can do for you?
I'm sitting in jail.
Tell her to fuck off.
There's nothing anybody can do right now.
Well, I'm just trying to be...
Oh, I know you are, honey. I absolutely know that you are, and I appreciate everything that you're trying to do, but I'd like to call Tony. He's not at my house, is he?
No,
Okay.
no, it's just me and your parents and Lee.
Okay, well, can you do me a favor and get my brother back or get the number from him, please?
Does Tony have anything to do with Kaylee?
No, nothing.
Okay, so why do you want to talk to Tony? You don't want to, you probably don't want to tell me, do you?
Huh?
You probably don't want to tell me, do you?
What do you, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, does Tony have anything to do with Kaylee?
No, Tony had nothing to do with Kaylee.
Oh, so why do you want to talk to him? You probably don't want to tell me.
He's my boyfriend, and I want to actually try to sit and talk to him because I didn't get a chance to talk to him earlier because I got arrested on whim today because they're blaming me for stuff that I never would do, that I didn't do.
Okay. Well, I'm on
You
nobody. I'm on
definitely
your
did
side.
do
You
it.
know that.
All the evidence points to you, Casey.
I know that. I just want to talk to Tony and get a little bit of...
Casey, you have to tell me if you know anything about Kaylee.
Sweetheart,
if anything happens with Kaylee, Casey, I'll die. You understand? I'll die. If anything happens to that baby.
Oh my god. Calling you guys? A waste. Huge waste.
Look at dude. Shut the fuck up, dude. Dude, it's not your parents' fault, or it's not whoever the fuck is on the other line's fault that you're, like, stuck in prison. You're doing this to your fucking self. And honestly, I feel like you should be in fucking jail for, like, longer. Like, considering the evidence, considering everything in front of us that was laid out in front of us.
At the end of this call, her friend Christina shows more emotion and love and care
For her child.
about Kaylee
Yeah.
than Casey ever did. The fact that she's the mother of this daughter and she's just over here wanting to...
She's just whining in prison. Like, she's just acting like a spoiled bitch.
talk to her boyfriend Tony. She's not asking any questions about her daughter at all. And then she did this, documentary, which we talked
Because she
about on
doesn't
my
care, man.
channel. I made a playlist, I'll link it down there, where she says that her father had something to do with it and told her to keep quiet this entire time. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm a mother, and no real mother
Would literally shift the blame to their father.
would ever be quiet about their child going...
Oh, well, that too. Actually, that will make no sense, because what if, like, your father was a psychopath and, let's say, he kills the baby? Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, I think what she said is justifiable. No mother would literally just sit down and just wait for her fucking child to just, like, I guess, oh, hold my hand and walk it away. No. Every mother would literally go on Facebook or go on Twitter or go on Instagram, go on TikTok, go everywhere and literally speak.
Going missing. They would never let their father walk off into the sunset holding their daughter's lifeless body like she claims happened in her docuseries that she did. That would
Girl had a docuseries?
never happen in a million years. It is such baloney. It's unreal. And then you also have this clip where they're describing the way that Kaylee was found in the courtroom. They're describing it, and she laughs.
No fucking shots.
She laughs.
You mean you can look inside the without opening it?
Yeah.
Well, you have to show me how to do that.
There's a little hole right in the bottom.
I'm sorry?
Isn't there a little hole right in the bottom?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
I'm sorry. I'll withdraw the question.
That's laughing?
Now, are you aware of any...
What was going on with this jury that found her not guilty of this murder? What happened that found her not guilty?
That's just a question that I hope gets that we're never gonna get an answer to. Like, I don't see any sorts of innocence from this woman.
When she so clearly did it. The phone calls from inside of the prison where she's just concerned about the fact that she's in there make me sick to my stomach.
Hi, sweetie. I'm not doing okay.
She just cares. She just gives a fuck about herself. She doesn't give any fucks about her kid. I don't think she ever, like, from the get-go, she did not care about her kid.
Someone just said that Kaylee was dead this morning. Surprise, surprise.
Oh my god, dude. Shut the fuck up, dude. You don't give a fuck about your kid. I don't know why you're on TikTok, spewing bullshit.
There is nobody on this planet that I would ever let walk off with my son and not try and get him help.
Did he look inside the pool? Didn't have to. By the time I came back around from the left side of the house, I came back around towards the front porch. He's standing there with her. She's soaking wet. I can see him standing there with her in his arms and hand it to me and telling me that it's my fault, that I did that I caused that, and I just collapsed with her in my arms. What did she feel like? It's just heavy, just cold. As I'm sitting there with her on my lap, just staring at her, not knowing what to do. He takes her from me, and he immediately softens his tone and tells me it's going to be okay. That she was going to be okay. That's what he said to me. I wanted to believe him because I wanted her to be okay. And I don't know how long I sat outside. I don't know where he went, took her from me, and he walked away. I know he went back in through the screen doors, and he went back into the house.
That doesn't make any sense. The fact that she is still trying to carry forth this narrative that she had nothing to do with it, and she thinks she can get on TikTok
and literally spew bullshit and she thinks that she can just go on TikTok and spew bullshit and nobody would like bat an eye on who she is and what she did.
Post videos and be an ally for the LGBTQ community that I'm a part of, by the way.
The LGBTQ community? Damn. Well, at least the LGBTQ doesn't kill people.
I take extreme offense to the fact that she thinks that any of us need her, period.
No.
Who a part of the LGBTQ community needs Casey Anthony? It is
Jail needs Casey Anthony.
unreal to me that
actually no, Casey Anthony needs jail.
She thinks that she can come back on social media, rebrand herself, promote Substack, which is a platform I have learned since my last video. It is a platform.
Wait. DJ LL, you're not in fucking chat anymore, but what? Saxby's ad is back in the back is crazy? What? Okay, I'm stupid.
Where she is going to have paid subscribers who are paying her to listen to her.
Who would fucking pay for a Casey Anthony exclusive? who? Like I'm not, me personally, I wouldn't buy any YouTuber merch. I would not pay for like any extra exclusives or anything, but like who the fuck is paying for a Casey Anthony fucking sponsorship, or a Casey Anthony shit, what's it called? Who the fuck is paying for a Casey Anthony exclusive?
Her speak and take advice from her. Okay, so she's promoting a platform to profiting off the murder of her daughter. She thinks she can get on here and act as if she's an ally, as if she's, you know, standing for women and for climate change and this, that, and the other. Like,
in fact, you're tearing down women by your existence. You are probably the reason why people don't like women anymore. Casey Anthony. Casey Anthony is, instead of uprising women, she is tearing them down. She is tearing the women. She's tearing moms. She's tearing... what else? She's tearing everything that checks her out. Everything that she claims to be, it just gets destroyed because Casey Anthony is part of it.
Like her posing just like this, just like so purposefully done so that you could see her pride.
What the fuck is this?
Tattoo.
Oh.
Like she's just like, do you see my tattoo? Like, see, I'm an ally, trying to get into it.
Yeah, I think you're tearing the LGBTQ down with this fucking post.
A group of people that are just trying to fight for their rights, trying to get in with them so that she can hide behind that and rebrand herself as someone who didn't murder her daughter when we all know she did, allegedly. It has me furious. It has me furious. And you know what? Maybe it's a good thing that she popped back up because people are...
Yeah, now there's a lot of people learning about the Casey Anthony stuff and learning that she's a true monster, and that and just pointing out a flaw in the justice system and how the fuck did this bitch get away with it?
Starting to resurface the videos and all of the footage of her acting like this so that we are able to see that she got away with murder and that there is blood on her hands and that she's walking freely. And maybe it is a good thing that she's no longer living a private life, even though she's claiming that she is, while trying to use the LGBTQ plus community in order to, you know, further her agenda and race history, which is never going to work. Maybe it's a good thing that she's come out and she's posted this because all this stuff is resurfacing. I have seen people, they have started petitions to try and make it so that she could be tried for this. Now, I know that she's not able to be tried for the same thing twice, but maybe, I don't know. I'm just so hopeful that something with that can change because she needs to be locked up for this. She does not deserve to walk on in her life and live it the way that she is and try and use people and manipulate people and lie to people's faces. She's, number one, she's a pathological liar. A pathological liar.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
This woman doesn't say an ounce of bit of truth, period. She lies every time she opens her mouth, and she's been doing it since day one. She lied to the police about where she worked.
Which is the only way, which is why she went to jail in the first place. She never went to jail because of the murder of her daughter. She never even went to jail because of shit. She went to jail because she lied to the police. That's the only way she went to jail. If she never lied to the police, she lied to the police about her whereabouts. If it weren't for that, she would be roaming the streets free at all costs.
She lied repeatedly, but yet we expect to believe that what she's saying happened to her daughter is the truth when everything else that's ever come out of her mouth is a lie. Listening to her talk to her mother like that on the phone. What a spoiled brat. She thinks her shit doesn't stink. This woman is dangerous. Look at her eyes. Look at her eyes.
Dude, that shit's popping on my nightmares.
This woman is insane. She's absolutely insane. And the fact that she's walking around out there freely, it makes me so sad that that little girl had this beast of a mother. That this was the one that was supposed to protect her and love her and keep her safe. And not only that, she can't even own up to what she did. She doesn't even love her daughter enough to own up to what she did to her, and is going to continue to lie to the public's face and try and manipulate and twist every narrative that she can to make it look like she loved her and cared about her. I'm going to read to you some of the things that you may not have seen that are free to read on her Substack, okay? These are not things I had to pay for. This is just, if you go to it, you can read these. These are the free to read things, but I guess there is like a subscriber portion of it. But these are the things that I was able to find that were free to read. Listen to how
Oh my god.
all this woman
Is she treating this like a journal?
speaks. Listen to her. Calling you a murderer is slander, because that's what she's claiming. She's claiming that if you call her a murderer, that you are slandering her. They said, got it. How about a neglectful, piss poor excuse for a mother who says she wants to advocate for her daughter but wouldn't advocate for her by reporting her missing? As long as we're speaking.
Yeah, but you literally had to be, people literally had to hold your hand to fucking report her missing.
Facts, I'm good, right? Casey Anthony replied and said, also slander. Somebody said, not
Also slander? That's your best response?
only did you kill your daughter, but you're ugly. And
A little harsh, but I understand.
And instead of responding to the accusation of you killed your daughter,
You respond to somebody calling you ugly? Casey Anthony, you are, wow. How mature are you?
she responds to this person and corrects their grammar.
That's even fucking worse. Like, you need to correct more, as if you don't have anything else to correct. Casey Anthony, you probably have a log of shit that you need to correct before you talk to somebody about some random commenter about their their fucking grammar.
Somebody sent her screenshots of something and said, no one cares, Casey. No one is afraid of you. You can only harm your own child. Go away. You're not welcome here or on TikTok.
So true.
She said, isn't it the point that I'm not afraid of you? Isn't that the one that you're missing? Just curious. You've tried to silence me for years. I chose to live a private life. I still will. I still spoke out.
I mean, that's aged terribly, because now everybody's talking about you and everybody is, revisiting the Casey Anthony saga.
Still have fought for my daughter, Kaylee. I have fought for our legal system. I have fought for change. You ain't fighting for nothing. Just shut the f up, honestly. That fight will continue both publicly and behind the scenes. If you fail to see that, you're
What an adult response, Casey.
not the audience I'm addressing anyway. What audience is she addressing?
The tarred audience.
What audience wants to listen to this nasty snake speak? Where is the audience? What I will continue to do
It's in her fucking head.
is help people in a more broad way, because the current climate in our country is making things vastly more harmful for many. So say what you want, D. I will continue to do the same. Everything that comes out of your mouth is a lie, because you are a pathological liar who has been caught in numerous lies, and you just sit over there just like, I am an advocate. Nobody
She does the fucking eye shit.
wants to hear anything you're saying. Nobody wants to hear this. People are watching my video at 2x speed right now just to get through it. That somebody said, let's not forget that your attempt to play the role of a legal expert is steeped in the irony of your own. Over there just like, hear this. People are watching my video at 2x speed
I was gonna do that, but
right now just to get through it. That somebody said, let's not forget that your attempt to play the role of a legal expert is steeped in the irony of your own criminal history. Preach.
preach.
You've never been held accountable for your daughter's death. There are far
Nope.
too many unanswered questions that surround that tragedy, but here you are lecturing others on legal matters. Preach.
Own. Got him.
And she says, I'm exactly where I need to be, doing exactly what needs to be done to protect the world from people like you. Who protected your daughter?
Nobody.
Who
She was supposed to be the one Casey Anthony was supposed to be the one protecting her, but nobody did.
protected her? Because even if you want to stick with the story that your dad carried her lifeless body off into the sunset, even if you want to stick with that story that you spun and lied about to the public, even if you want to do that, how did you protect her in that moment? By letting somebody walk off with her that you claimed R-worded you year after year after year. Why would you let someone that you are claiming assaulted you walk off with your 3-year-old little girl?
Yeah, that just makes it worse on you.
Where is your explanation for that? If that's even what you want to stick to, that we all know is not true. But if that's what you're going to stick to, where is the explanation for that? Where's the explanation for that? She's sitting there wanting to act like I'm doing exactly what needs to be done to protect the world.
The world needs to be protected from you, ass face.
world does not need Casey Anthony. In fact, we need Casey
We need Casey Anthony fucking murdered.
Anthony to be burning in hell. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Coming from somebody who doesn't even believe that there is one. So that's saying a lot.
Coming from someone who is going to hell. Just kidding.
Somebody said justice for Kaylee and they spelled her name wrong, so she responded and said her name.
Oh my god, the audacity to correct somebody into spelling your dead daughter's name wrong that you murdered, allegedly. Oh my god, the audacity this bitch has to respond to somebody spelling the daughter that she murdered.
So that's saying a lot. Somebody said justice for Kaylee and they spelled her name wrong, so she responded and said her name is Kaylee. It is Irish. It means brave. Spelled her name wrong, so she responded and said her name is Kaylee. It is Irish. It means brave.
Oh god.
I chose her name.
But you also killed her.
I didn't know that her daughter's name meant brave. That hits a little different, doesn't it?
And that just makes it even sadder that you fucking killed her.
I don't even know how she can even speak about her own daughter without coming forth about what she did.
Yeah, the audacity this bitch has. Holy fuck.
Somebody said, who made you a gay rights advocate? As a gay man, we don't want your support. It's highly offensive.
Highly offensive. Good one.
She said, you don't have to accept my support, but it's there regardless. I've been an ally of the community most of my life, long before I became an adult.
Nobody gives a fucking shit if you like gay people or not. You can literally... Dude. Oh my god. I was about to say something very controversial, but I hold my ground. I will refrain from saying that, but... No one gives a fuck that you support the LGBTQ community. Stop dragging the LGBTQ down with this retardation that you call innocence.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Why not go after your father for abusing you? She said, it's something that I can pursue. Yes. Is it something that will bring back my daughter? No. Would it further expose more details about what was done to me? Yes. Would it also subject my brother to the same things? Yes. What people need to understand, and is going to be a recurring piece of commentary, victims of words that YouTube won't let me say, no matter their age or circumstances, will continue to be victimized and blamed for what happened to them, even at times by fellow victims. Nobody's a voice for your daughter, though. Nobody's being a voice for your daughter who was terrified and was at the hands of someone that was supposed to love her and spent her last moments scared. Who was there for her?
No.
Who was there for her?
That poor baby.
I feel like this woman is so mentally ill that there's just blockages in her brain.
Now, she definitely has something going on in her head. There's no way, like, somebody normal could just, like, say all this shit without feeling any resemblance of guilt.
From what she did. That she's just carrying forth this lie that she actually believes it. I heard that during the trial and everything and her questioning, they said she was such a good liar. That's one thing that they did compliment her on. She was good at lying. I think it's one of those things where the more she tells herself something, the more she believes it. It's just enraging that this woman thinks that she can come out
and literally be a TikToker now
and rebrand herself as an advocate for people's rights. And like she cares about the world and people. She doesn't care about anybody but herself. That's why she joined a hot body contest when her daughter was rotting on the side of the road. It makes me disgusted. I'm disgusted by it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about...
I think fucking Casey Anthony is a fucking asshole. Not an asshole, she's just a douche. Not even a douche, she's a murderer and she should probably go to fucking prison.